Hello, y'all. This is Harriet Patrick Barron. I was just thinking of something, y'all. I've seen so many stereotypes in Walmart. It was a shame. And so now I have a sister that had 3 strokes, literally 3 severe strokes. And the last one affected the part of her brain that controls her speaking. And so she would literally say whatever she's thinking. And it's just because of the stroke. It's not because she's trying to be rude. I mean, it just affected that part. And so we're at the doctor's office. And y'all don't tell her I'm telling y'all this story. We're at the doctor's office. And there's obviously this Muslim couple sitting across from us. You know, they're Middle Eastern. The lady had on her traditional Muslim, scarf. Very pretty scarf, might I add. Her, the long dress and the black and everything. So they're minding their own business. And my sister says, "Excuse me, do you know of any good chicken and rice recipes?" And I said, and the man, he goes, "Huh?" She goes, "No, I heard that y'all like some chicken and rice." Yeah, she was just as sincere. And I said, "Do you have any gum?" And she's like, "What?" I said, "Because you need to stick it in your mouth." I'm like, "Shut it." She's like, "What? I'm just asking. I heard that they like chicken and rice." I said, "Will you shut it? Will you shut it up?" She's like, "What?" Y'all, she was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, so I'm like, "Look, whenever you start saying they and them and y'all, you sound like a racist. So zip it." She's like, "Oh," she goes, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean that." Thank God the man didn't understand what she was talking about. But I'm like, "Will you shut up? Just like it." And so we kind of laughed. She was so embarrassed. I was mortified. I'm like, "Oh my God." Okay, but anyway, we had this language barrier. Okay, so they didn't get it. I said, "Well, how would you feel if he looked at you and said, 'Excuse me, Shaniqua, do you like fried chicken and watermelon? Are you afraid to swim?'" I was like, oh, yeah. "Excuse me, really? That's what I'm gonna say, really?" Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so what I'm saying is, y'all, and sometimes, we can laugh about it. I've talked about this before. My husband and I, we went down to the country some months ago when his stepfather passed away. Y'all, he was literally the only black person in their whole little community, backwoods. And we were driving down there to get clothes for the funeral. And so we was driving down there. Those roads were horrible. I have a little Ford Escape, and baby girl did the best she could. But them country roads, my baby was no match for them country roads. So we got stuck in a huge mud puddle. So we're just trying to get out of it. It's kind of getting darker. We're in. Now, y'all don't be offended, but I'm just saying it could be considered Klan country. Okay, way off in the deep south. Okay, so we're down off in there. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we got to get the heck out of here." So here this little white boy comes. He is dirty. Ain't got no shoes on. Got a little dog. I said, "Ooh, Lord, that's a stereotype coming." So he comes up, that little chubby thing, just as cute as he can be. "Hey, y'all in trouble? Looks like y'all need some help over there." I'm like, "Yeah, we do. I got dirt everywhere and we're just stuck." So he goes, "Let me go get Jim Bob." So he goes across there, go gets Jim Bob. When I tell you, this big country white boy came with, yes, a Ford truck. Stereotype. Ford truck. Truck is dirty. He's dirty. Baby, that man hooked up my little Ford Escape, pulled that thing out. My baby, she was just struggling. She's trying. He's like, "Hey, let me take y'all down." They knew who we were there to see because he was the only black people there. It was black people. So they already knew, "Hey, y'all his people?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're his family." Kind of obvious. So he took us down to the house. He went over those country roads like the Dukes of Hazzard. And we were just in his truck. Like, my God, man. Baby, he was, Hey, but we made it, okay, in one piece. Dropped us off. We got nosy neighbors coming out. Y'all, when I tell you, white folks came all out, seemed like the trees. We're like, "Oh my God, it's over. We're going to get it down here in the backwoods." And, Yo, they were friendly. They were like, "We loved your stepfather. He was awesome." And there's a whole pile of beer cans next to his trailer house. And this one guy, he goes, "Half of those cans over there are mine," because we drank together every day. I was like, Okay. So, and we're going to miss him. And so they were helpful. I mean, anything we needed, y'all, I'm telling you, it was such a blessing. We got up out of there. But that's what I'm talking about, the stereotype. They looked the stereotype, country hillbillies, but they were the nicest, the sweetest, would have done anything to help us. So you can't always judge people by how they look and how they talk in a stereotype. Now, every now and then, yeah, the stereotypes are true. Sometime, okay? Every now and then. But you can laugh about it. You be like, ooh, child, that's such a stereotype. And there was this one big old white woman. I mean, she came in Walmart. Y'all had to say, I said, girl, I said, honey, I hate to meet you in a dark alley. It looks like you can handle yourself pretty good. So she did her knuckles. She's like, yeah. I said, I need you on my team. And we just laughed about it. It's so, you know how white women, like, how do you get your hair like that? I said, girl, that took 6 hours. She's like, what? So, I mean, we just talk. But y'all, the first way to break down racism is to talk. And to just smile and talk it through. So be a blessing to somebody else today, okay? And every book is not judged by its cover.